Hey everyone, welcome to Monday-Runday episode 6. So, wait for some more people to come in. A couple things going on, but I'll wait for a couple people to come in. Hey Henry, how's it going? Hey Henry, there you are. How's it going? Just switching out some cars here, so if I miss any comments, I'll be there in a few minutes. Taking off the stuff from last week's Monday-Runday, so got tons more. Just have to take these off and change them out. 2 foot of snow. Holy crap. Yeah, we're getting about, I want to say, 6 to 8 inches of snow. And that's like, we're not even in like the major zone. I mean, you said you're further north, so you guys are going to get buried. Let's see. Try to get something different on the middle line here. Yeah, we're probably only going to get like 8 inches of snow. They're still saying it's going to get worse, but not exactly sure. Yeah, the mic's plugged in. Is this better? Is that any better there? Sweet. Yeah, sorry, I was playing with a couple of different things. So I'm actually trying to run there's a software called OBS, which is like a screen share software. So I was trying to run that and show you guys some stuff I've been working on Planet Coaster. Um Basically before all the I want to call them like quarantine projects. Basically, it's before I was building layouts and it's before I moved out and I was able to build this awesome layout in front of you guys right now. I was doing a lot of modeling stuff using like train sim. I used to be really big in the older train sims. Um, Nothing prototypical, really just modeling and just letting my brain do the work, like do whatever I wanted pretty much. It was so much fun. And then I got involved with Planet Coaster after playing the original Roller Coaster Tycoons back in the day. So I downloaded Planet Coaster. I want to say like 2 or 3 years ago, and it was just so addictive. So I started modeling some classic roller coasters and also just building some of my own. Hey Jamie, how's it going? If I bore that lovely for see, that was Nikki's idea. So she wanted she's like, put trains on the track that are warmer or taking it a warmer location. So so yeah, I'll run the Florida East Coast, and then I think I have another. I don't know what I forgot what model it is. It's a I don't know if it's like an SD series or whatnot, but I definitely will run that on the center line. I'm just trying to get some trains together. But yeah, this unfortunately this train's only in a loop, so buried in about a foot and a half foot, a foot and a half of snow. Yeah, that's what Henry was saying. He was saying he's got 2 feet of snow. We only have about 8 inches, so we're like at the tagline. Still, like offices and stuff are closed. Like my work was closed. I'm teleworking, so it didn't matter anyways. but I think some of my coworkers are taking they call it like liberal leave. You can do all that. I don't have those privileges quite yet, but one day, hopefully I get there. But yeah, I'm gonna get some trains on the track. Gonna run the Florida East Coast down here for a little bit. I'm not sure if these are GP7s or GP9s, but I think they might be GP7s only because of like some of this back here. It's a little bit more drawn out. Like I think the GP9's more stout and also doesn't have like this box up top. Hey, out and about science, how's it going? Bullseye of the storm, northeast of here. Yeah, I remember you said you're a little bit further north than I am. Probably about just a handful of hours, maybe like 2.5 hours or so. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw like in the what do you call it? The thumbnail, the snowman. If you guys recognize that from any Christmas themed train movies. Yeah, we're surviving too. We're all talking about the snow. So we only have, like I said, about 8 inches of snow or so. Nazareth, 30 inches. Holy moly. Yeah, we're probably not going to get as much as the first snowstorm we had, but it's definitely going to be it's going to be fun. Tomorrow shoveling and all that. But I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to put some trains on the track and then let's see. We already have 4 people in there, so that's awesome. I mean, I'll tell you guys some channel updates. So I believe um what's it? Sorry, something happened on the computer side of things. Of course, it wants to update right in the middle of a live stream. That's awesome. Nazareth, 20 minutes away. Maybe more has fallen. Yeah, it's we shoveled. I want to say I was out of work. I got off today at 4, and we were shoveling. And then I looked around and I turned around. I'm like, it's like nothing happened at all. So I'm just gonna wait till tomorrow morning. Or probably it's gonna be a lot less than what you guys are getting. Warn you about the Mac update. Yeah, I'm afraid to update the Mac. I'm on like the last live stream. We were talking about that as well. Um, I think mine's on the one previous to the current one, and if I ever do any updates, I end up getting some type of weird security breach. Like my what do you call it? My Gmail or not Gmail. My Chrome was actually searching through Yahoo again. I got all that cleaned up this week. Yeah, it is always how it works. Oh, Wilkes-Barre. Okay. Yeah, we passed there to go to Steamtown. Um, it was a beautiful little town. We definitely want to check it out. I'm sure there's tons of things to do around there as well. You guys have any recent train news or anything, or you guys see any trains around or anything like that? 20 minutes northeast. There's an area. Jeez, 2 feet. Yeah, in that case, I'm renting a snowblower. Let's see. A webcam pointed at Jim Thorpe train station looking across. Is that WFMZ? So it's almost like a virtual rail fan. I've seen those all around. I think they now have one at Strasbourg. You can watch it at like 2 in the morning. It's pretty crazy. I've always wanted to watch like a bunch of virtual rail fans during the day. Honestly need to get back to where I grew up around. There's a double line. It's now CSX. It's actually close to where I filmed the video of that really long freight train. Basically, it's a double line, but unfortunately, most of the time it's transporting trash. So um, Baltimore actually gets a lot of trash deliveries because they have the incinerator, and also I believe some of the boats transport some of that recyclable materials out of the harbor. I'm not exactly sure on that, but we do have an incinerator in the city. It's actually right next to where I work. It's horrible, but there are a ton of trash trains, like literally containers full of trash on the CSX main line to the heart of Baltimore City. And I'm not sure if they burn it, but I think some of it's like medical waste and stuff. It's really crazy. Wilkes-Barre abandoned train station this month. That'd be awesome to check out. Um, there are a couple abandoned locations around me that are yeah, oh no. Oh, sorry. Comments skipped around. I guess I had a blip in the internet here. Not much train news, but I'm working 7 days a week from the foreseeable future. Did over 4 buildings. Oh, what manufacturer those buildings? Because I know Bachman used to do a lot of stuff, and it was kind of crazy. I have a bunch of Bachman models, and then some Model Power models as well. They were really cool. Hey, Wicked, how's it going? Yeah, I'm gonna try to get a. You guys rather see a passenger train on the outer track or a freight train? Does not matter. I have some freight cars on the track already, but I can run and get some different passenger cars. And actually, DPM building arrived tomorrow. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, most of the buildings on the layout, like the one at the end here, were actually which one is it? The toy store at the end, not the brick building, but the one to the left of that. That's actually sorry, it's a Lionel building that's like pre-lit and everything that was basically bought at I think it was bought at an antique shop. The guy just wanted it out. It was like 20 bucks. So those are always fun to find, especially with like N scale stuff. A lot of it's like in a box. The guy will be like, just take it. Some trade stores will have like old models. Let's just say, take them out. So freight is good. All right. So yeah, I'll find some of that stuff for you guys. I'll run some different stuff. I have a couple of interesting cars, like activated cars I can throw on there. Vote freight too. Okay. So that's two for freight. And two from Walthers. Okay, they're very nice models from Blair Line. One Laser Art Structures. Wow. Okay, those are gonna be really nice. Yeah, like all of my stuff, it was like all kinds of stuff I'd find at train shows. Like the guy would have like a box and just say, pretty much lift it up and say, name your price. Those I miss those. I mean, I miss train shows so much right now. I mean, they were such a big part of my life. Basically, we'd go like the Greenberg shows and all that. I saw that they did what's it, Amherst show online this year. I've always wanted to go, but it's a little bit of a hike from where I was and where I am now. I'd still make the hike out there, but it was all virtual, so I'm not exactly sure how that would work out. But I heard really good reviews. Like I heard it was a lot of fun, but I didn't want to be in front of the computer all day watching a train show. So started building a medieval village, which became part of the layout, even though that's awesome. That is awesome. I also miss going to Renfest. We had one in Maryland, in Crownsville, which is a creepy area town. Has some dark history to it, but yeah, Crownsville would host the Renfest in Maryland, and it was awesome. I mean, all kinds of vendors, people walking around dressed up, awesome experience, tons of food and beverage. Pretty much any adult beverage ever made in the medieval period, they would like reenact it. Like even like what's it like mead and stuff, all that cool stuff. It's going to be a Renaissance fair. That would be awesome. Yeah, I've haven't been to Renfest in a while. It was canceled this year. Um, I'll have to check out and see if there's some in PA. The entire gob of 9 buildings for Scenic Ridge is so nice. Yeah, I'll have to definitely look into these. Been to the PA Ren Fair a few times and loved it. Yeah, I'll have to check out where that's at too. I'm sure they're all over the country because when Maryland did theirs, it was like staggered. So one guy could go to one show, make the money that week, or well, Maryland's I think Maryland's was like 3 months, but it would have certain different weeks of theming. I want to say it ran from like August to October. So it was definitely a longer show, but it was all canceled because of COVID. So I one of these days we'll get there. Let's see, I have to scratch build stuff like tents, vendor booths will be fun. Going to put an old passenger seat. Yeah, I love doing that. Like scratch build. My platforms in the shot here, those are just pieces of wood that I just painted very carefully. A couple other things in the garden, like the post in the back. All of this is scratch build. Technically, the whole bench work was like a scratch build. No plans or anything. I just kind of winged it. Just made a video of HO scale trains running in the snow. Oh, geez. Yeah, there's a guy that's it's Sam's Trains. He's over in the UK. He has an awesome channel. He ran I don't know if it was a Markland engine. I don't think it was a Markland. I think it was a Hornby or geez, I can't think of the name. I think it was a German company. He was very upset with like the construction of it and the detail. He paid uh almost like 200 pounds for this engine, totally underperformed, and then he ran the train under a kiddie pool like in the water. It worked. I think the video title is like, "Will this train work underwater?" And he now he uses that train as like a crash dummy. It's kind of funny, but his collection is amazing of like classic English, British English engines and all that stuff. Let's see. I'll have to get out there to see. Yeah, it is an awesome experience. I'm to the point of casting plaster rocks now out of plaster. So I thought about doing the plaster thing. I love the look of it. It is so cool. I've always wanted to learn how to do it correctly, and or even if I did it wrong, it's a learning experience. And I'm sure you could use like some of the pieces or whatnot if it would get messed up. So I'm not completely worried about it. But all the mountains here, I'll pan it over. Let's see. So for any of you guys new to the channel, all of this is done with styrofoam sheeting. I just took I think it's like 5/8, or it's either a half or 5/8 foam hobby sheeting or like insulation, and I just stacked them and I tore them by hand, and then you just take like hobby glue or like oh, I think we talked about this in one of the other streams, jot glue from the dollar store. If you can find it, if you can find jot glue at the dollar store, pick it up. It is awesome. I believe it has a lower viscosity than Elmer, so it gives you a little bit more time to work with. It's also not as like it doesn't dry as fast, but it is pretty sticky, so you can work with stuff. But this whole mountain I dedicate to the dollar store, the dollar stores of southeastern Pennsylvania for supplying me with jot glue. Because I walked in there, I cleared them out. I bought like 10 bottles of Jot. And then eventually I just bought a gallon of Elmer's um, from the Walmart down the street from us. It cost about the same. I used like what's the school glue, which is a lot cheaper for some reason than the all-purpose glue. It does the same does the same thing. I think one's non-toxic and one's like less toxic. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, let me find some freight cars for you guys. We'll get this Florida East Coast running for us. I'm gonna move the camera over. Hey Southern, how's it going? School glue is water soluble. Okay, yeah, so that makes sense. I mean, it works really well. I think most of the scenery is glued down with the school glue, so it worked, and it was definitely cheaper than using the scenic cement. I went to a hobby shop, and he wasn't trying to like upsell me on anything, but when I was doing the ballasting work, he was trying to sell me the scenic cement or the ballasting cement from Woodland. It was like it was out of this world expensive, and I just said no. I'll stick to Elmer's. Just diluted Elmer's. So is that when you eat it? It's not that bad. I don't remember eating glue in school. I'm sure we all have. Yeah, I'm sure we've all eaten glue. Let's see. I missed what Henry said. Byron. Yeah, Bachmans are tricky. I was actually on a stream every Friday. Their Humanity City Junction does his live stream. You can kind of join in, and Heath is the moderator of that. He's awesome. I'm sure some of you guys have seen some of his stuff. Basically, he was working with an engine, and he's like, "Man, this thing's tricky. I don't know what it is." And I said, "Is it a Bachman?" And he was like, "Yes." And I said, "Oh, okay. Was it this?" And I actually had the same one, same engine sitting on the shelf behind me. I brought it up, and he's like, "Yep, that's the one." So yeah, hobby shop told me to make my own scenic cement. My mom used to work in the ice cream part for them. Yeah, I mean, making your own stuff and being thrifty is pretty much what this hobby is about. A lot of the I will admit, yeah, I purchased a lot of stuff like the ballast and the grass, anything scenery wise, other than the road. You guys haven't even seen the road. I paved my road this week. All of that is actually spackle mixed with ballast. So just little things like that. Yeah, I blame Heath too. I was electrocuted by when I was building the box here. Here, I'll show you guys. Is my studio set up here. When I was building this box, I was actually electrocuted. Um, I think it was on Heath's channel. So the power supply that operates the all the lights and accessories on the garden, I think it's like 18 to 20 volts AC at 7 amps, and I got a shock on the channel, and it actually I don't know what happened, but yeah, I blame Heath. Yep. It was paste back in my day. We had, you know, what's funny? So I went to an old school Catholic school, and all the old teachers were like, "Make sure you use the paste." And we all looked at her like, "We don't know what paste is." They would always pour it out like in a styrofoam cup, and they'd give us a what a popsicle stick, and they'd say, "Here, use the paste." And it was like a free for all for glue. So yeah, I do understand. I do understand when they say paste. It's hilarious. I have an old cheap Bachman. Only is 2-wheel drive. It used to be 4-wheel, tons of weights, and now it's good. Yeah, I mean, Bachmans are Bachman. Like those starter Bachmans, they work really well. I want to say for I don't even want to put hours on a little motor here. Like, it's a little, little DC motor. So I would say give it like 8 hours of runtime, and then you start to hear them crank, and sometimes they don't work as well. But my first engine was a Bachmann starter set ever. So before all this Lionel stuff I have, all the well, I can't say just Lionel, but all the O scale stuff, it all started with a Bachmann engine that it's a little Alaska engine. Had an entire big bottle of glue explode in my head. Oh no. That's not like that milk challenge people were doing a couple years ago. They were throwing milk in like supermarkets and stuff. That came out when I was in college, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? Um, let's see. Yeah, paste with a popsicle stick. Yeah, it was like I said, it was a free for all. Like they would put out a little bit. They're like, oh, you guys don't need. They used to say like a dot does a lot. That was like one of my teachers in grade school, and we would just lie to him, be like, no, we need more glue. Those are the good old days, right? We had lots of paste, but it never worked. I always had to go back and use. Yeah, exactly. I don't think we upgraded in Catholic grade school to an actual glue bottle to like the fourth grade when they let us buy our own school supplies. We could actually buy our own. It's crazy. Like we couldn't buy a lot of our own stuff minus like some markers. I think they didn't want kids to feel like they were left out or whatnot. They'd give us a space maker. It's called space maker. It's like a pencil case filled with supplies, and when it ran out, they would just bill our parents or whatnot, and they would just give us a new space maker pencil case full of stuff. See, we used to put glue on our hands and let it. You know what? I used to do that in second grade. I used to freak out a lot of people in class. I'd fake it. Yeah, because Elmer's would like do the indentation of your fingerprints, and still like when I'm doing models and stuff. Yeah, to this day, it's like, oh yeah, this brings back memories of the you know, good old days of that too. Don't trust Tycho HO. Smells like metallic. Yeah, you're probably burning it up. I've actually repaired a couple Tychos for a friend. Way back when he was given. I don't even know what type of engine it was. It might have been like an SD24 engine, and the traction tires melted off just from age. I mean, they dry rot and they fall off. So he put it on the track. It actually melted. But yeah, they're fun. Some of the Tyco stuff looks pretty cool, and I do kind of miss seeing them. But you can find them a lot of antique shops and shows for sure. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I did have a lot of fun with that. I grossed out a lot of people in my classes, but I didn't care. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, Nikki told me that she thought she was driving the Rolls Royce of crayons. You weren't that cool unless you had the crayon sharpener. If you guys remember that back in the day, it was like a 64 count or 36, and it had a crayon point sharpener. It was like a little plastic hole in the back. You put the crayon in to sharpen them up. Here, you guys are talking about school supplies. I'm gonna get some trains rolling. Actually, let's see. This will work. The crazy thing is in that freight train video, they were actually pulling some of these old cars, these old CNOs, but they were actually labeled or repainted as CSX, which I thought was pretty cool. This is definitely 027. This is like a dwarf compared to these engines. I believe these engines are to scale or almost to scale. We was poor. My boss made sure we had. Yeah, I was looking to get like a 16 count of crayons in the box or like free crayons from like Chili's. Or I'd actually, I think we'd all like share supplies in school too. We would say like, can I borrow that? And then borrowing, you'd take it, and then at the end of the art project, it was. I think art class was very hostile in like grade school because we had some kids in there that would you know pretty much hold on to everything. They made our Xmas great too. Very lucky, very lucky. So yeah, all these kids would have like the fancy school supplies, and then I'd come home and play with like a 50 count of like testers paints and paint cars and stuff. So it's all good. Yeah, originally I was gonna run this set of here, I'll put the camera down so you guys can see. So gonna run the set of post-war cars, but unfortunately they're so heavy. These little, or sorry, these Florida East Coast only have one motor, and the dummy A unit is actually very heavy too. He's got the brown crown. Got the brown caboose. You know, here you go. I love this caboose too. This guy. Um, I looked these up like after I bought it because I was just checking it out. I was interested why it had battery boxes, like these battery boxes there, and then this line L caught my eye. And apparently these were like sought after in the 50s. It was like an add-on caboose. So yeah, it's an antique shop. Actually a thrift store around Baltimore. I walked in, I saw it on the shelf, bought it, walked right out. So and it also had this vent up top, or sorry, the stack. Thought that was super cool. Yeah, I love these gondola cars. They are well, I think I might have said this in the last video. I believe this one is a scale replica. These are 027. So yeah, a little bit smaller, but I love these. I love the lettering, the LV. Um, they're different number cars, but I think this one, like I said, this one is a scale, um, two scale car or a full scale. They would call it like full scale back in the 50s. Oh, Jamie, what location were you talking about? I'm sorry. Yeah, there's always the one kid who has all the supplies. I ran into that a couple times in like high school. I took music class, and you're forced to take either music, art, or what was it? Music, art, or choir. And I was already a drummer at the time, so I chose music. And yeah, art class was brutal. I They called it like shadowing. You could basically show up and experience the high school before you choose like a high school, because it was like a private school thing. Um, it is what it is. I didn't really enjoy it, but I went to an art class at my high school with a shadow, and it was rough. I mean, they were butchering these poor. I think they're freshmen. Now I look back at it, it's pretty cruel. And I was just the drummer trying to get out of the art class. This was my art project, really, just running trains and stuff. Oh, Corolla experience. I'm sorry, I missed it. I was grabbing those gondola cars. There's a real one of those Lehigh Valley gondola cars on display in the Weatherly, PA, north of Jim Thorpe. I would love to check that out because I have, what's that, three of these, and then um, back in the day, my dad has a, well, it was his first train set ever. I think it's a 242. It's almost like a Lionel Scout, but it is really cheap plastic. Him and I were laughing about it the other day. You can't even open up the motor. It's all plasticized. But it came with one of these 27s, but it's all yellow. Like the whole thing is like this. safety orange, almost like if you write a comment as the administrator, like that type of color. So it was crazy. So I'm gonna find some more cars. I actually have some like I said, I'd put some activated cars on the track and see what we can get. See if we can get rolling here. And this one's a New York Central hopper car. Or actually, I think it's a gondola as well. So they are fun. I have to move the train up a little bit. It's an abandoned locomotive shop. Very neat place. Drove by once. Would they? Do you think they would allow filming there, or do you think we get in trouble for like trespassing or something? Because I know a lot of these places, it's hard to find whoever owns it to ask for permission or whatnot. I've got a bright red one of those in N scale. Yeah, that's probably the correct color for those. Not like a caution orange, almost like the color of the thumbs up under what Nikki just wrote, or sorry, what Jamie sent to Nikki. That like that color. Z scale is harder to deal with. Yeah, I almost bought some Z scale to do like an office train garden. I unfortunately didn't do it, so I I might buy some N scale or sorry, I might buy some Z scale stuff in the future. Yeah, I remember Wicked you said didn't go out before the pandemic though. Yeah, yeah, man. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up on comments. Yeah, that is awesome. Congratulations. I hope you stay healthy and safe during all this pandemic stuff going on. This is insane. And please be careful out there. It's open to the public. There's a small train museum, but it's been closed during. Yeah, that's the other thing with some of the museums, like Reading Lines or Reading Company Museum is still closed. What else is there? Um, Steamtown, for what you guys know from my video, if you guys haven't seen it, check it out. Steamtown's partially closed up as well. You can do some you can do some sightseeing there, but it's mostly closed up. Still definitely worth it if you want to check out their shops and stuff, but I want to say like 70% of it is still closed. Heart is acting up. AFib. Yeah, I actually have a friend that has his father's got AFib, and it's rough. I mean, he can just be sitting there, and all of a sudden he feels like he's having like almost like a panic attack, and he has to have a monitor on him at all times. I mean, I have a smartwatch. I mean, I've got one of these Sam or this isn't Samsung. This is a Garmin watch, but it will go off. It'll go crazy if it thinks my heart's acting up. Let's see. Trying to reach one car here. All right, I think I have the freight train mostly sorted out. Got to make sure everything's going the right. Yeah, here we go. I got to flip this one around. All right, guys, I'm actually going to have to crawl under the table for a second. I'm going to try to find an East Coast caboose. I believe there is one underneath the giant collection of stuff. So I'll be right back. All right, sorry guys, I had to crawl under there and find all kinds of stuff, but I did find an East Coast caboose. All right, so let's get this train rolling. All right. Oh, I'm actually missing a car. Whoops. All right. Oops, I have to flip this truck around. I'm hoping this engine can pull this. All right, let's see. All right, I'm going to get the camera over here. So yeah, there's that nice caboose that I think it came with this engine. Whoops, let me fix that. There we go. So let's see if this engine can even pull. It's all of these cars literally hooked up to one Pullmore engine or motor, sorry. It's kind of struggling. So I don't know if you guys saw the theming of this train. Put some circus cars on here with some livestock cars, and then there's also the Lionel Fish car. So I'll back this up so you guys can see everything move. Have you heard of the company that makes an N-scale limited edition Pennsy Railroad? No, I haven't actually heard of them. Hey guys, up top, the car up there on the flat car right behind the water tower up top. That's actually the media car that it currently has a GoPro mount to it, but it is basically the camera is the camera company is called Vivitar. It's like a Walmart brand, and I could not get the footage to convert to whatever software Mac uses, so it's definitely lost. I don't think we'll have a media car for a while. It's a little bit louder. I think the software and the live stream is actually kind of muting or it's gating the audio from the train, but it's a little loud. I mean, you could always run, as to say, Jamie, you could always run like 2 tracks side by side. And then I don't know if that would work. They do have smaller cameras than a GoPro. They have actually slow the train down. What's the one? Polaroid makes a sports camera now that it's called the Cube, but I'm not exactly sure on the audio or not the audio quality, but more so of the I'm trying to yeah, mini spy cams. Yeah, I've seen those too. Because I know, Jamie, you said you run Mac, so definitely make sure it's compatible first. But yeah, some of the cars on this train have Yeah, there's the classic Lionel Fish car at the end. But yeah, I definitely need to get the camera working for sure. A pen camera, yeah. I know they make smaller cameras because I have friends that are plumbers that will use like really really small cameras to get in drains and stuff to check out blocks. Oh yeah, yeah. I forgot you're on CAD and stuff. Yeah, I've got an old desktop. It's pretty old, but it works. I use it for work and stuff, but sometimes my Windows device doesn't want to contact or work with my Mac, so editing's a nightmare. I'm gonna try to get a track, or sorry, I'm gonna try to get a train on the center track there. Let's see. I'm gonna try to beat out the train before it cuts in front. Actually, put this around. Whoops. Oh, train's dying back there. Hey, Mr. G, we'll see you later. Thank you so much for stopping by. And be safe as well. I just saw the comment come through. Yes, please be safe. It's crazy out there with the weather and everything else. Oh geez, yeah. Get some rest. Oh, you mean Catzilla? Yeah, she's downstairs and hasn't found out that she hasn't found out that I'm up here yet. So she's also been very very sleepy. Yeah, this is crazy. Here's one of my saddle tank engines. So I was out at the Susquehanna State Park this weekend filming. That video is actually up on my YouTube channel, and this is the style engine that they would run. And I saw that they're running lots of Pensy stuff through some historical photos or whatnot. So I'll pay it some homage. I guess I'll run this little saddle tank engine, and they've got two of these engines at Steamtown. I think one, what is it? One's a Baldwin, the other one's an Alco engine. So um, yeah, this one's just a Lionel model. 7 inches of snow. Oh, here's the plow actually going down right now. So they're going to be doing that all night. Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks, Jamie. Yeah, that was a fun video. So if you guys are ever out that way, definitely check it out. It's like 9 miles of track. It runs where the parking lot, or actually, it runs from where the boat launch is down onto the Susquehanna, where it turns into really deep water. It's like 10 or so feet deep for crafts. That's where they felt safe enough to put a boat launch in. And then it goes under the I-95 bridge, technically out towards the Chesapeake Bay, or the larger portion of the bay. So it's a lot of fun. But yeah, you can trace the tracks technically all the way from the quarry, and I'm sure there's remnants of it, but it's not. I don't think it's on public land like a park or a state park. I think it's owned by Vulcan Material, which operates the quarry. I believe one of the same quarries that they used to build the dam. Cripple wife is weak. Use. Oh, geez, yeah, yeah. We need. I definitely needed some time to shovel today. It was insane out there. But yeah, Gemma's probably downstairs, unless Nikki just wrote that. I think she is sleeping somewhere between the attic and the kitchen. So probably under the bed or in her hammock. But yeah, it has been a while since you guys have seen Gemma. She's gotten a lot bigger. Um, I actually just saw the lights flash up here, so I don't know if we're losing power or what, but I hope not. This engine should be smoking. Oh, there it goes. So I think it needs lights flashed in living room too. Well, that is not good. All right, let's see if that works. Yeah, it's from all the power I'm using up here. We lived in PA, the plows would clear the streets and all the snow would pile on top of the. Yeah, so apparently in the town we were in, we can't even park on the street. We had one of our vehicles in the street and the police came by and were like, you got to move your car. I was terrified. I was like, what's going on? And he's like, according to this rule and this and that, you have to move your vehicle. And I was like, okay. And we moved it, but it was just kind of scary. I wasn't used to that, but let's see. And this engine is extremely smooth on the inner track here. Whoops. Yeah, I was unfortunately busy at work. And they like monitor everything we do. So I unfortunately could not drop everything, but I dug her out this morning after the police told her to move her car. So that works. There we go. Now we're smoking. All right, so the little tank engine or the little saddle tank actually flew off the track. Why did that? Let's see. Yeah. Yes, that was a giraffe. That is not the garden playing tricks on you. That is actually the circus. It's a circus train. I'll show you guys some of these cars really quick. No, you're not going crazy. There's a giraffe. See, look, there it is on the end of the screen, and then it should fall down. Yep. There's also a clown, two clowns chasing each other, and then let's see. Unfortunately, this train does not have an E unit switch in. I don't know why. I don't know if it's missing or he took the E unit out. Yeah, Jamie, this I think they were all like a set of cars from like a starter set. You thought he lost it. Yeah, see if he'll do it again. It's almost. Yeah, there's the giraffe in this car here. The next car, I'm going to try to run it really slow. See if he'll do it in frame. So there's a clown. Whoops. These are supposed to move in and out on turns. I think it fell off. Yeah, it fell off of its little floating. It's got like a floating point in it. It was like a gyroscope type thing. It fell off, but these are supposed to. It's a zebra and a tiger. I don't know who would put a zebra and a tiger in the same car. This circus. It also says well, apparently this circus thought it was a good idea. It's the Lionelville Circus. So awesome, guys. Yeah, this is built. Oh, it even has the built in '91 stamp on the side here. But yeah, these are supposed to stick their heads in and out. It looks like there's a lion on the other side with a bear. So you get lions, tigers, and bears, and a zebra. Oh my! So, but yeah, this car is really cool. It's like on a timing. There's a timing chain in it, or a timing circuit. Let's see. He will jump down. So this guy coming up at the end here. Oh, I lost it in frame. Basically, the clowns will chase each other. Like one will go up, and then one jumps down as soon as he pops up. I'm actually going to swap out these two engines. Let's see. Well, actually, technically one engine. One's a dummy unit. So let's see. All right. Let's see how this goes. Whoops. All right. I just replaced the Florida East Coast with a Lino Lines 1666 with this whole set of circus cars there. And I'm actually going to post a review on this engine. It's going to be a part of another series I'm going to do. It's called like Nick's. Well, it's going to be called Nick's Reviews. Basically, I want to go through basically some of the engines and cars in the collection that I love, or maybe some I don't love, and just I guess share an opinion about them. But this engine was actually it has a cool story with it. Basically, the guy who owned it before, it was at a hobby shop, and the guy he didn't want it anymore. He sold it to us for like nothing at all, and it was in a box in like 100 pieces. Like literally, all this here was gone. It was all in a box. So my father and I put this all back together a long time ago. We had some rewiring to do, but the episode 1 is going to be featured with the 1666. Show you guys how it operates. Take it across the switches, do some testing. It's a good engine. It's just not the best puller, but I love all the articulation. Actually, back this camera up here so you guys can see it come around the curve. But yeah, it's a great little engine. And these are relatively inexpensive. You can find these all over the place, especially during shows. Maybe like I think you could probably find these for like $50 to $100. Some people are like real sticklers. They might want like $1 million for some of these engines, but it's really what you're willing to pay for them. But yeah, it's going to be airing tomorrow, probably at noon. I'm probably going to set it at noon. If not, probably in the evening so I don't get in trouble with work. The video is already edited and everything. It just needs to be posted. But yeah, I'll see how that series does. Thanks, Jamie. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I wouldn't mind having like special guests bring their stuff over eventually when things clear up or whatnot, and all kinds of things like that, or maybe review other collections and such. Like I have some stuff at my parents' house I'd love to review that I don't personally own. I've worked on them, I've repaired them, but when I parted from moving out, I left those trains behind for my folks. They were theirs, and then I started my own collection. So he has a bunch of, or actually, they have a couple pre-war sets that I'd love to do a review on, but those are theirs. I mean, I have my own toys to play with here. Even though I schedule my videos ahead of time, I always set the time outside of work. Yeah, that is a great point. Like I said, the video is the video is ready to go. I honestly only need a thumbnail and my tags or whatnot. It's good to go. But yes, that is a great point. So yes, I will set that. So I'm going to change the times on you guys. It's going to be set from, look out for it between 4 and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That video is, like I said, it's already done. I don't, it is what it is. But yeah, I agree. I definitely need to watch out for that, especially when we're teleworking and stuff. Yeah, I don't want anything bad to happen. And YouTube is like a job, and I know for some people it is the job. This is definitely turned into an awesome community, awesome experience, but it is turning into a lot of work and stuff, and I love it. I love to stay busy, especially with everything else going on in the world. It keeps me out of trouble and keeps me thinking. So anyways, this is the Lionel 1666. We're gonna give it a run. Actually, wrong track. Let's see. And it's buzzing. It wants to move. There we go. You have a camera on your wish list. Which camera is that? I'm actually looking at buying a new camera. Let's see. Never know when a company will. Yeah, exactly. Especially where I work, it's not so much a company; it's more of who I work for. Now with cameras on Amazon, just read the reviews and make sure that they're going to do what you want. You don't want to buy something that may not perform as well as you had hoped to. But I used to have an action camera from Amazon. It was a couple years ago. I used to fly um, kites with cameras on them. I wanted a throwaway camera, but it seemed to work. I love my job currently. It's been a great experience. I've been there for almost a year with the new job, and I was actually hired back in March, right before all the COVID stuff happened. Literally, like 2 weeks in, we shut down and did teleworking, and I still have to go to the office. I guess once every week or so. Like this week, I can't because of snow, but it's definitely been a good experience. Oh, I forgot to show you guys in the back, all the way in the back here. Let's see. Hey, JP, how's it going? Let's see if I can get this to work. There we go. See the gates in the back go down now. You guys are probably buried up there. Should be saying how many feet of snow did you guys get up there? Definitely a foot. Holy crap. Yeah, stay safe out there. And um, the roads up here or down here from you guys are they're interesting. I wouldn't drive out there at the moment, but even though I have 4-wheel drive, I wouldn't risk it. Jeez. There's the saddle engine. I couldn't find it. Jay, if you're still here, you need to get one of these black cars. This is my media car. It's got the helmet mount for a GoPro on here, but the problem is my camera uh, needs to be thrown out. It's not worth anything. So I'm looking at getting an action camera possibly in the next few months so you guys can ride the trains and whatnot. One of my first videos I actually posted. Um, I tried to put the footage from the action cam on the flat car. It just came out really bad, and I think it was a formatting problem. So it is what it is. But I'll probably look for like an open box GoPro from like Best Buy or something. I actually have some of those plastic trains. My um, first train set ever, not even like scale or whatever, um, was actually from KB Toys, and it was a plastic train set. And I think it took I think it took like 9 D cell batteries or C cells, 9 D or sorry, 9 C cell batteries, and the tender was completely loaded up with batteries. But yeah, I did have one of those. Yeah, one of those toy trains for a while. Like I said, it was from KB Toys, so I want to say 1995 or 1996. That was like my big Christmas gift, like the gift. I used a gondola car for my action cam. Either sits on top. Yeah, this is all I had sitting around. This is actually an old. Here, this is actually an old like wood car. You can see the pegs. This would have like the pegs standing up for pieces of wood or like logs. And I bought it. Someone painted over the Lionel, so I don't know if they wanted to look like with like the painted over like that. It's almost like a B&O flat car because they used to have a lot of red with some of their stuff. Know of a good inexpensive action cam, not a common name, but performs good. Yeah, if you can send me a link for that, that would be awesome. Um, the one I had before was a Vivitar, which is Walmart, and the formatting was a pain. Like it would not render, even taking out the memory cards or whatnot. It was all like encoded. It was weird. It was a headache to try to get past that. The original action cam I had from Amazon, it was an Amazon GoPro. It was awesome. I don't know where it is. I think maybe one of my colleagues in school or something took it on a trip or something. I used to let people um, use like that camera for field work. I don't know where it's at, but any thoughts on how to film on the? The only thing I would say is a Polaroid cube might be your best bet. It's like the smallest I could think of. Yeah, not a problem. I'll send you a message and yeah, I'll check that out for sure. Let's see if I can get. I'll actually put this on here. Let's move this back. Oops. There we go. Let's see. I'll actually move the camera up here. Oops. Now I got all these trains running super loud up here, but let's see. Whoops. Yeah, not a problem. I'll cut the lights. Hopefully, Jay, you might get a kick out of this. I always feel like I have like the ring up here in the attic. Look at these doors. A little creepy up here sometimes, um, but yeah, I always feel well, actually. So if you guys haven't checked it out, I actually posted a Halloween video of all my spirit stuff. This is like way back when, and when we first moved in, it was our first Halloween here. Um, all of those Halloween decorations are in that door and down that way. um, it's a little creepy in there. There's a lot of zombies. A lot of good Halloween props, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I can cut the lights. Let's see how the webcam does. Hopefully, it picks up on the low light. No, it's not haunted. Don't say that. Not this house. She may be old, but she is sturdy. Now, I actually have not done this before, so this is awesome. Look at this. Got the beacon. Well, actually, sorry, I forgot the webcam light still on. Look at that. Here, I'll move the. There's the gas station. It's the old golf station. Then the yeah, this looks awesome. Thanks, Jay. It's a whole new experience right here. Look at that. Yeah, this should have been my thumbnail. Hey, OGH, how's it going? Just in time, right? See all the lights out up here. And it's like a disco with the beacon. See, that scared the crap out of me. Those crossing gates over there, that's done on a motion sensor. So that got me. So yeah, thanks to Jay. Here we go. Got the creepy attic monsters up here. You actually have a couple more of these gas stations. I have a a Texaco. I chose the golf station because of the front on there. I like the curved glass front, and then the pumps lit up. And then these are actually commemorative clocks. They were given to me by a relative that used to be in the auto industry. He was given to him, or they were given to him as like rewards for selling cars and stuff. But yeah, I love running that. And then I think there's a Shell. I think it's a Shell, a Texaco, and a Sinclair. If you guys remember Sinclair with the big dinosaur, Disney kind of revamped that with Dynaco. Yeah, I love this. This is cool. Oh God, no, not the ghost emoji. No. Hey, you know what? We can go out to that trail where I was on Saturday. Hey, Maddie City, how's it going? Or Heath, I'm sorry. Don't say that either, because our bedroom's like right under this. I'm calling. Well, you know who I'm going to call? I'm going to call the paranormal guys. Yeah, if I had Ghostbusters and the paranormal guys, I'd probably call it paranormal guys. They're probably more fun. Yeah, Nikki's calling. So, yeah, Nikki doesn't get it. Here, I get the Amtrak up there running. To say, how could you hate trains? I mean, this is awesome. I have nothing better to do during a snowstorm and after work, anyways. So I'm running trains. Yeah, I agree. It's been a great snow day. Other than I had to finish some stuff up for work, and then digging Nikki's car off the alley. It's been fun. Heath, the layout is I think it's a 12 or 4x12, or it's like 4x11 and some change, but just 4x12 works. Um, it's all built up on top of some old I don't even like shop shelving. Gotta figure out the culprit of being so loud. Which one is it? Jay, you might have some of these cars that I'm running on the outer loop. They're the circus cars. I'll turn it this way. 12x4 or 4x12 with N scale would be awesome. Yes, they are circus cars. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Heath loves circus cars too. I've seen. Um, yeah, you showed us. I think you showed us some of those cars on one of your live streams as well. Yeah, and JP's got some of these cars, and also, let's see. So Jay, I got the old school version of your shark car. There it is. So this is actually a what do you call it? It's a limited series. So this would have been like the post-war style, except the train has to move for the fish to move. So let's see. They should swim. There's probably a dirty roller under there. If I can get power to the engine. It's got a sticky reverse unit. Let's see what's going on with the engine. There we go. Yeah, you have the yeah, didn't you just get the shark car? I saw that in the video. That was awesome. And then let's see. Yeah, 036. Oops. Well, my outer loop of track is actually 042, and then the inner loop is 031. So it can handle a little bit larger rolling stock and engines as well. Let's see. Yeah, the HO stuff. I remember seeing that. That was awesome. Yeah, the old aquarium cars. So yeah, like I said, this one's not an original. I think it was made in the They call it like the MPC era, which is like when General Mills took over Lionel. It's the same year on or about as the some of the circus cars. Oh God, yeah. I don't want to make anything sound like it's haunted up here. I love my little house, but so far so good. Um, I'm getting a creepy purple effect with the beacon light there. That actually, the purple on the beacon there reminds me of Ghostbusters when the librarian. I think it's just the light bouncing off the sensor on the camera. As I say that, and the train just stops. You guys have cursed my attic up here. Thank you so much. Are you O scale? I've only yeah. Oh yeah. So sorry, I just saw that. Yeah, Jay's got a little bit of everything. And definitely check out Heath. You should check out some of JP's modern or sorry, more recent train videos. They're awesome. The table has definitely evolved into an awesome like Christmas scene, or not just Christmas, but I'd say winter and Christmas scene. Um, it is an awesome layout. Yeah, I was just saying, none of my stuff scale anyways. I'm running well, technically this whole the whole engine on my outer track is all 027. It's just very old. Like the engine's from 1947. I think the tender is from like the 60s or so. Almost not even post-war considered. But most of the stuff on my garden is definitely not to scale. It's a toy garden with some pizzazz, I guess you could call it. Let's see. Get you guys in the town again. Town view. Yeah, Jay's channel, a little bit of everything. I started watching JP videos. I would say a long time ago when I was in school. Basically, I think the first thing, Jay, I think the first thing I saw that you posted was Knobles related. You did a couple of rides, and then the haunted house jumped out, and I saw that, and pretty much just started going on adventures. I guess watching the adventures and everything from there. But yeah, definitely the Knobles haunted house videos. That was kind of uncommon to see, and I think you needed permission to film it at the time or whatnot. I think you still need permission to film on their rides as well. If, like you need like press permission or something like that. Southern, yeah. There's aliens. Yeah, it's the purple light. I don't know where the purple light's coming from, but that is really creepy. Look at that glow, like right in here. That is really cool. Yeah, I love food too. And yeah, it's funny. Nikki's actually cooking downstairs. I don't know what she's making, but we got an instant pot for Christmas, and then also one of those Ninja ovens. So we've been like going crazy with making stuff instead of using the old oven that came with the house. That's killing the gas bill, but it is so much fun to use that little Ninja oven. It makes awesome pizza and fried food, all kinds of good stuff. A photo video card. Yeah, I'll leave you to filming there. You do an excellent job. I wouldn't want to mess that up. Especially like the dark ride stuff. I love seeing the dark ride videos that you guys post or that you post, especially the one from Delaware. Unfortunately, I don't know if that pier opened up this year at the oh, where's that? Rehoboth Beach. You filmed that dark ride there. That was an awesome video. I wanted to check that out so bad. The gremlin emoji. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I just saw the wall art. Thank you so much. And I have tons more on the back wall. I can give you guys a tour. I have to turn on the lights. So, yeah, give me a second. I'll turn on the light really quick. Give you guys a studio tour, so to say. All right. Yeah, she's the partner. She's my partner in crime. So she moved in with me. Phew. Yeah, I like the lights off too. That's gonna be a definite occurrence now up here on the railroad. I saw that yesterday, that Castaway Cove. Holy crap. Um, that's not good. It's been a long time since I've been there, but that was an awesome. Man, that's sad. Hopefully they're doing all right. I know Ocean City, where the Dole Roller is, that hooked up to Playland, the arcade, that old school arcade that's there. That had a horrible fire. I think it was a 4 alarm fire. It was almost a total loss. They rebuilt the entire thing and the Dole Roller there within, I want to say, a couple months or so. They really had to rebuild it fast to get ready for the season. But that was a horrible fire. Yeah, Nikki. I guess she's making chicken, so I guess all that. That's good. Get some blue lights for the moon. So yeah, I thought about doing that. Maybe drop some LEDs down, make it look like a star. Like grain of wheat bulbs, make it look like a star pattern up here, like right in the center here. So right across from the Thrasher. Um, Ocean City, Maryland. That's where the fire was that I knew about. I didn't know about the New Jersey one. I'll have to look that up. And Jay, I was actually stuck on that. I was stuck on Tremper's Haunted House a few years ago. That was scary. It was right after you go through the crooked room, like the bedroom that's on an angle. You make that little turn there, and then you go down that incline. Then there's it's gonna sound kind of graphic. There's the I'll just be PG here. There's a person on a stretcher with a saw, and you go down that incline. When you go up the incline, or you go up a hill, and there's an elderly woman on the chair sewing, like it's like a zombie looking woman with a crochet sewing a spider web. We were stuck right there, and I called Trempers. No one came out to get us or anything, so I actually had to walk the tracks back up and then out the door. And the park wasn't opened yet. They opened up the haunted house before the entire park is opened. And people were asking us, like, how did you get in here? I'm like, you were stuck on the haunted house, and like no one came looking for us or anything. Well, Jay, it was a little scary. We actually told the ride operators, they're looking at us like we're crazy. And I said, yeah, we walked the track out to the emergency exit. And they said, we're glad you didn't touch the track. It runs 120 volts. So that was really scary. You should come to North. Yeah, I definitely want to get out to Northlands with you guys, meet the whole crew with you guys. It'd be so much fun. Hopefully, take Nikki along if she's off of work. If not, I will be in that part with you guys hanging out. Yeah, it was a crazy story, and they looked at me like I was nuts. Like I even told the person I was with, I said, "Look, don't touch the rail. I know Knobel's haunted house is much safer. Knobel's haunted house is basically probably one of the safest dark rides you'll ever ride ever. It's so well maintained. The Trempers one, not so much. And you can see the track. There's actually it looks like a Lionel track. There's two rails instead of three, but one's your hot and one's your return. Rather than Knoebels, I think they put the return rail underneath the track. A little bit different there. Let's see. Oh, hey, Lakwana. I'm sorry. I didn't see you there. Yeah, I could use a bucket of Thrasher's fries right now. Throw them in the air fryer and let them rip. Yeah, Heath, it's gonna be awesome. I'm really hoping to get out there. I'm hoping the weather holds up as well. That is, what's it like 150? What's it like 100,000 square foot layout there or something like that? I forgot. I forgot how big that setup is over there at Northlands. Yep, not exposed. Yeah. We were actually talking to a nurse at Knoebels that I had like a minor injury. I think it was like a scrape or something, and she said that she said it was like the safest park ever. She doesn't let her kids ride anywhere else other than at Knoebels. I don't blame her. It's an awesome park. A lot of history there. Also have a lot of family history there. We went there all the time growing up and everything. Let's see. Model railroad. Don't know about the owner renovation. Oh, let's see. 100 locos, 1,000 freight cars, thousands of freight cars. I'm sorry, I didn't see the apostrophe s there. The mic was covering it up. Holy moly! Yeah, that's huge. That's insane. Here, I'll give you guys a tour of. I can't really tether too far away from the computer. I'm plugged in using the webcam, but I'll show you guys some of the art on the walls. And if I miss any of your comments, I'll come right back. But yeah. So, and I actually have some more stuff to hang up from like Christmas and birthday trips. Let's see. Yeah, first is the back wall here. You fix the camera for you guys. Whoops. So these are just a couple of classic Lionel pieces there. And I eventually have to get batteries in that clock. It only takes a single double A, just haven't gotten around to it. So it's going to be stuck on 9 p.m. until I get a double A battery in there. Let's see. I'll go this way. So here's some other. I'll set the camera there. Just the other couple of classic pieces of art here. Got my Deadly Crossing sign. Then old school on the wall. There's actually Western Maryland promissory note for like a shipping note up on that section. Get this around here. There you go. It's like an old postage note there. Now this is actually a 1980s Lionel store. I think it's a shelf, like some type of shelf display piece because it has a crease right here. It's creased to be folded and put underneath of like a shelf. And then underneath there, I have my, whoops, let's see. It's a Daylight, Southern Pacific Daylight there. And then other stuff I have up here, some B&O artwork, and then some Western Maryland. It's got a map of the entire Western Maryland Railroad that ran through. It's pretty much as close as I can get. Whoops, actually get a little bit closer there. And then on the back wall, this is the, let's see. This is my wall of fame that, Gemma's up here now. Hey. Oops. Oh, she ran away. Whoops, come back. Nope. Yeah, now Gemma's up here. All right, hold up. Let me see what comments I missed really quick. Not a problem, Jay. I'll see you later, man. Thank you so much. And of course, my crossing gates go down, scared the crap out of me. So that's always fun. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, the old closet door, that's actually Nikki's closet of Christmas stuff. The whole thing is filled with all Christmas stuff. So yeah, thank you so much. This is only a handful of locos. Let's see. Over on the floor, I have two Southern Pacifics. Let's see, they're down there. They're Alco. I think they're like F3s or F7s. But yeah, these are just some of the engines I have. A lot of the other stuff is underneath the table. And Heath, I'm actually starting a review series called Nick's Reviews. And the first episode is actually on one of my very early post-war engines. And that will be up tomorrow in the evening, probably like 4 or 5 o'clock. It just needs to be posted up. Thank you so much, Lackawanna. I need some Lackawanna stuff. You gotta help me out here. After going to Steamtown, I'm like hooked on Lackawanna stuff. Thanks, Jamie. This is only some of my stuff. Let's see. Get her to stay up there a minute so she can make an appearance. Yeah, the cat Gemma is on the floor. It's probably nice and warm, so she doesn't want to be bothered. So it's all good. But no steam. All the wait, hold up. What'd you say? Sorry, I'm a big fan of electric diesels these days. Yeah, there's a couple electric diesels. The New Haven in the center, I think that's called an EP5. That's all electric. I should heath that on a live stream. Um, I think 2 weeks ago, I ran it for you guys on the live stream to show you the rail sounds and stuff. It's a fun little engine. It's a Lionel Celebration series that they came out. I want to say like the early 2000s. But yeah, all the steam stuff is underneath the garden right now. I have a bunch of steam engines. Um, but yeah, these are just some of the pieces I have. You can hook me up with some DL and W. Yeah, if you have any like eBay links or anything, look me up on Facebook. We just posted a Facebook page. It's Nick's Crossing, same exact logo. Contact us through there. It's the easiest way to get in touch with us. Nikki's on there too, so if you want to say hi or whatnot, we can work it out. But the Facebook page is live, so if you guys do find any cool things or trains to check out, just send me a message through there. Um, Attic haunted part two. It's like, no, I don't want the attic to be haunted. No thanks. You just actually, I'll turn off the crossing gates. Here we go. Boom. Whoops, wrong one. Boom. There we go. Crossing gates are off. Let's see. There is steam on the bottom right. Yeah, that's my J class engine. Hey, and there's also the turbine engine or turbine. My Pennsy turbine's down there too. Yeah, all the steam, like I said, is underneath the platform. I swear I have steam stuff. Um, you just have O scale. I primarily run O scale. I have some N scale stuff. It's been a while. Jamie in the chat is actually um, working on an N scale project, so I can't wait to see what they have going on with that. Should be an awesome project. Oh, there you guys go. We have Catzilla. What is she doing? She's usually pretty good. I mean, she doesn't bother anything. She just smells around and then um, does her does her thing. So she's gotten pretty big. We've had her since she was a kitten. Nikki brought her home from a warehouse, and we've made her part of the family. So there we go. Yes, and the N scale, my N scale Chessie, which I showed Heath that on the last stream, I believe. Just I think it was you were working on the same one, I believe. So yeah, eventually I'll get to a PO box. Right now, funds are kind of tight because of everything going on. But yes, one of these days there will be a PO box or some type of way to send stuff to me. There she is. Yep. Yeah, she is. She's being curious. I don't know what she's doing. She's being a cat. That dog looks really funny. One of these days we'll have a dog, and if they jump up here, I'll have to basically tell them not to come up here. The cat has full reign of the railroad. She is my unofficial official Chessie mascot here. So oh god, holy water. Yeah, the old Bachman I was using to test the Z scale. Yeah, those are fun little engines. Those are definitely fun little Bachman engines. My first engine ever of like powered, I would call it like a powered track model or toy train set was a Bachman Alaska that I think I showed you guys too on that stream. I'm not sure. Those Bachman engines are kind of finicky. Oh, I don't know what she was doing. Yeah, she tried getting a paintbrush off the desk and the paintbrush fell and it scared her. So, and the desk is to my left. Here's the repair station there. So, got one of those N scale Chessies too. That was my favorite. It's a beautiful color scheme. Like what's it, the rainbow scheme or whatnot. I love it. Chessie Train Inspector. Yeah, she's my train buddy. I mean, she'll come up here, and before I put all this stuff up here, like the tower and everything, she would come up here and pretty much just hang out. And then she sleeps inside of the tunnels, like or inside of the mountains. They're not even tunnels yet. She sleeps in them, and it's awesome. She might chase the train. She's pretty scared of them, but it's all right. I mean, she's a cat. I promise I won't hurt her. I don't purposely run the trains in her direction. She is a living creature. She's part of the family, so I respect that. She usually isn't afraid of the trains unless they're like she thinks they're chasing her, which is it's kind of funny, but I make sure they don't hit her or anything like that. First thing I need to build. Wait, let's see. Did I miss any comments? First thing I need to build for my layout is a wall to keep the cats out. Yeah, I remember you telling me that. That's going to be great. Will you build an N skills layout at some point? If I have the space, yes, I will. At least like a couple tracks wide or so. Nikki loves N scale, so I did promise her I'd build her a layout, and that would be hers. But I don't know where we would put it yet. But it is in the books. Awesome. I'm glad you're back. We're just talking about the well, just everything, a little bit of everything. Darasub Lackawanna 484 scale Poconos on eBay. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Um, eBay is dangerous for me because it's like I could sit on eBay like all day. Same with like music stuff when I was playing music almost full time before the pandemic stuff happened. I would sit on Reverb, which is like Reverb is the eBay of musicians, and it is extremely dangerous for me. It's like I got to have this train, I got to have this, and you know it. Yeah, same. Just take my money. now, now, Heath, I've never done a bid before. I don't know if that's cheating or not, but I've always done like buy it now because I'm afraid of like the auto bidder. I feel like they're so aggressive. You're battling a computer, and then it's rough. It's really hostile. So I usually just do buy it now. I'll message the seller and just say, "Hey, how's it going?" Like, you know, it's whatever. Sometimes I'll message sellers on Reverb when I buy microphones and stuff. I would just say, "Hey, how's it going?" Like, you know, so on and so forth. And sometimes they send me a message saying like, "Hey, it's shipped. You know, thank you for your business." Then you talk to them and say, "Hey, how's it going?" Get sniped all the time just means it was not meant to be. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I mean, some of my favorite engines and cars I bought on eBay. My Penske K4 is an eBay product. What else is on here? It's from eBay. Oh, if I can get this engine to back up. Let's see. I mean, I kind of got gypped on eBay with this car. Let's see. It's actually, speaking of Chessie, turn on the webcam light here. This C&O car, they listed it as a completely different car. They listed it as having like sprung trucks, and they said it was like a modern rehash and all of this. But unfortunately, this is like an MPC. It's just a little bit dwarfed down. Even like the circus cars after it look more 027. Like this car seems like smaller. I don't know. But I like the artwork on it, so it wasn't like a huge loss. I think it was like $20 or so. Not a big problem. Let's see. Trainmaster for $112. That's not bad at all. Does it have like a horn or train sounds with it? Made an eBay mistake, overpaid for something I could have gotten elsewhere. And it's so rough right now. Like I've been saying this, I think every stream with you guys, I've said over and over, I want the train shows to come back so bad. Yeah, exactly. I've done it too. I um we used to have so many train shows down here at um what is it called? Timonium Fairgrounds down in Maryland. It's their state fairground. And then when I was living in Maryland, we always heard about shows happening up in York, Pennsylvania. And as soon as I move up to York, the York area, I would say, all of those shows are like canceled. I thought I was like in the best of both worlds. It's like, cool. I get York shows and then I get all the big Maryland shows like the Greenbergs and all that stuff. It's unfortunately all postponed. Cat in the box. I'm kicking myself. There was a box card I wanted that I could have gotten additions. Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to see stuff too online. Certain musical equipment, I would tell guys don't buy. Like as a drummer, I would always tell guys don't buy cymbals online because at the start of the pandemic, I bought a whole new set of cymbals. Like I pieced it together. They were this company called Peisty, and I was going through cymbal companies to try to find out a sound for what I was doing with the music group. Eventually, I wanted a set of matching cymbals. So I went on Reverb. I looked up the cymbal I wanted. I purchased it. It arrived, but it was the earlier version of it. So I called him. I said, "Hey, this is not what was in the picture." And that happens all the time. Like this car here, they obviously used a different picture. So it is what it is. 155. It has a digital horn, directional lights, lighted number boards. And it's by K-Line. That's not bad still. I mean, 155 for those. Excuse me. Yeah, K-Line stuff is cool. Um, my what's it called? I think it's called an MP15 switcher engine that's on the wall. Is a K-Line. I had to do some work on it. Actually, there's a video I posted about how to fix those K-Line trucks. If you guys ever have wheel separation or any types of issues with K-Line trucks, I did a video of how to kind of repair that and go through it. That engine was extremely fragile. It's an awesome looking engine. Made the same mistake on eBay, but they really put Flying Scotsman. It did run, but motor blew up. I mean, $100 is still a lot of money. Um, depending on what scale. Henry, what scale was that for? Is that HO? I mean, $100. It's going to sound really bad. Like when you buy a house and you have bills, $100, it turns into a gold mine of money. It's just how it is. It's a part of growing up. Because when I first started working, I was like, yeah, I'll go out here and I'll buy this model or buy this train, and then all of a sudden it's like $100 is like, okay, well that's my electric bill for a month. Erie Lackawanna GP9, no sound for 95. Who's the manufacturer on that? Is that Lionel? Are you also an Erie fan by any chance? Because I can throw an Erie. Well, I have a post-war Erie 2032. I actually have two of those. That is Lionel. All right. Yeah, it's actually not a bad price for that. Um, let's see. Yeah, I'll throw this Erie on the track really quick. She's old. I mean, she's from I think 1954. The steam engine on my outer track is from 1946 to 47. So I like running all kinds of stuff and all of that. Um, I don't know if any of you guys caught it, but Lionel was doing a live stream and it was right before let's see. Let's see if he's still here. Yeah, Heath, it was right before your stream. Lionel was doing a demo stream of their new command stuff, and the gentleman conducting the stream kind of bashed some of the older stuff. It was kind of upsetting. Let's see. Hey, good night, Yankee. Hopefully you saw some of the Pensy stuff right there. Um, some of my favorite rolling stock right there. Have a great night. I'll see you around. And thank you so much for stopping by. 10 cats. Holy crap. Yeah, I've got one and she's a handful. So yeah. So yeah, I was watching the Lionel stream and they were talking about the newer command systems are going to have some type of voice control, and basically it's going to be controlled by saying like engine stop, engine go, like that type of I don't did they show the Alexa control? They did not. Well, it's basically like that. It's like a voice activated system, and it was just kind of weird. I'm not exactly sure how to explain it, but he was talking about how to run the engine, and then all of a sudden he kind of went on a tangent. It was kind of disappointing, and the guy from Lionel was basically like, or you can just run the train on some track like some of your older people. And I was just kind of like, your company's been around for a very long time, and I wouldn't I wouldn't bash that. I mean, I'm running a train on my outer track that's, you know, 3 or 4 times older than I am. It's just kind of upsetting, that's all. But I abruptly got out of there and then went to Heath's stream right before I started my stream, which the crazy thing is, Heath, you guys had more people in your stream doing awesome, better work, in my opinion. So thank you so much for that. The modeling streams that you were doing are awesome. Found a Lino Lackawanna 484 steamer for 152, Magna traction, puffing smoke, headlight steam, emission steam, mighty sound of steam. Okay, yeah, I'll have to check that out. That sounds awesome. If you can, like I said, please send me that link through our Facebook. Excuse me. Yeah, I'd love to check that out. That sounds really cool. I haven't bought anything. Oh, sorry. You're talking to Lackawanna. No, he's picking out engines for me. I told him I need some Lackawanna stuff. Because I went to Steamtown up in Scranton, and I love the paint scheme and also their logos and everything. It was just really cool. So I definitely need some either Delaware Lackawanna or some more Erie stuff and Reading, especially Reading. I love the green and the yellow. It's like green, yellow, white, and black. I love that paint scheme. Thanks for that. Not a problem. Yeah, your guys stream every Friday. It's awesome. I spend the lunch break with you guys as much as I can of the lunch break, and then whatever time I go over, I have to make up. I have to make up later, but that's totally cool. I love running trains. Even just sharing the layout with you guys, just letting it run in the background, just means the world. But yeah, I'll grab the. I was going to grab the Erie 2032s. I can run and get those really quick. There's some new Delaware Lackawanna RS3s, brand new on Train World. Yeah, the thing is, I'm running everything conventional, but I believe those engines still have a conventional switch, so you can still get all the cool sounds and just operate with the whistle and horn button, which is totally fine with me. Found out they make a few Reading and Northern diesels. N1, I need the track, one of them down. The online store I saw is out of stock. Yeah, they're gonna be popular. And what was it? I think it's the Reading T1 steam engine was the 2020 catalog of MTH of their cover. I think it's sitting right here on the floor. Yeah, look at this. I believe this is a Reading T1. Oh, there we go. Is that a Reading T1? I think it is. Lion Chief and Lion Chief Plus are remote controlled. It comes with the remote. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like my only problem is with the stuff. I think they're beautiful engines, and I think they work well with the systems that they're running. It's just that I don't have the money to spend on something of with all that technology in it or whatnot. I think they're a couple $1,000s now for some of these engines coming out, or at least 1,000. That's a lot of money to spend on an engine, and I've heard of a lot of quality control with newer Lionel stuff. I'm kind of straying away from it. I've had a couple issues with not even like some of the new stuff, but some of the stuff from like the mid 2000s. I had a lot of QC issues with it, or even like programming or glitching with the sound effects and stuff. Oh, that is a T1. Awesome. Yeah, it is a beautiful engine. I stood in front of it at Steamtown, and The engine is just a beast. I would love to see that engine run. It can also run on Bluetooth. Okay. 200 for that one. I'll have to check that out too. Yeah, please send me these links. That'd be awesome to check out. Make the blue and silver Lehigh Gorge, Scenic Railway Diesel, and N scale. I'm sure that looks awesome. Converting the Z scales to voice control. So that's different in a way. A lot of those engines, like you're not. It's gonna sound weird. Like Z and N scale stuff, the price point is so much more affordable than some of the O scale stuff. Like I have paid a lot of money for N scale engines. They can be very pricey, but for what I'm paying for like Lionel stuff or some of the MTH stuff that's out there, it's very, very expensive. That's why I keep on buying some of the older stuff. You're too modern. He's just having fun. It's all good. Yeah, Lion Chief Plus 175 and up. That did find a DCC decoder. Need to order them from Germany. Germany makes some great stuff for model railroading. It's awesome stuff. Looked at getting a GG1 in every scale, ZNHOO. It is the O pricing. So the GG1 that I have that you guys have seen a couple times for the set, okay, for 3 cars and the GG1 itself was $500, which is it's an insane price now that I think about it, but it's not even scale and it doesn't have any encoding in it. It's not DCC ready or DCS or Lion Chief ready. But how much was it? 800 and up? Holy moly. Yeah, that is a lot of money. That is a ton of money. MTH, yeah, under 600. I almost acquired an MTH GG1. It was actually the riveted version, Mr. Rivets, or like the prototype, but it was part of a collection I was receiving, had a bunch of models in it, but they were leaving that behind for some reason. Unfortunately, I couldn't get them to budge on it. 500 $800. Yeah. 48 bicentennial. Holy moly. Yeah, that's expensive. That is a lot of money. What, the 48 or the 4935? Yeah, Kato is going to probably be your best bet with that. Yeah, old rivets. I've heard like 2 names. I heard Mr. Rivets from a guy at the Pensy Museum or old rivets. It's just sitting out. It's such a historical engine. It's just sitting out in the rain at the Pensy Railroad Museum. They should really bring her inside and that poor train. I mean, it's just getting hammered, especially with all the snow. Think all that snow sitting on that GG1. 48's bicentennial, 49 blackjack. Okay. Now is blackjack Mr. Rivets or old rivets? I'm not sure. You saw old rivets in person once. Okay. Is that the one at the Pensy Railroad Museum? Those two, Z and an HO. Yeah, I have an N scale GG1. I have an HO GG1 somewhere. I'm not exactly sure. Old rivets is 4,800. Let's see. Yeah, that I've definitely seen. If it's at Pensy Railroad Museum, I've definitely seen it. It really needs some help. It's just black painted over. Let's see. Yeah, this engine's heavy. Let's see what. All right. So mine is the 48. Whoops. Let me turn the light down on here. Mine is the 4829. I can actually move it over for you guys. And this was, I think this model is from 2010, 2011. It's a 027 model of it. And then it came with 3 heavyweight Pensy cars. And I think the whole set, the guy wanted it, like, I always end up finding these weird deals. The guy just wanted it out. He's like $500 for the set for the engine, and then 3 of the heavyweight cars. All rivets was out as $48.99. Oh wow, that's a cool story with that. Started the number at 4,800. That's what I thought. Yeah, this is definitely not scale. This does not have magna traction. It's right. I think it's a 2011 model in that era. But yeah, definitely not to scale. If it was to scale, it would be like from each side, like way out here somewhere in no man's land. Hey Randall, how's it going? Yeah, it is. This is a very short. It's almost like a recreation of the original Lionel GG1s back in the, I think, 1948 or 49 they started making these. No, it's not the camera. It's here, I'll even back this up. It's very short. I think the passenger cars are like the same length as the engine, but it's nowhere close to scale. If it was scale, it'd probably go all the way out to like, whoops, wrong side. It'd probably go all the way out to the end of the switch. Yeah, they wanted these to be able to work on 031. So this is definitely um, a dwarf GG1. Thanks so much. President local model railroad club has. Awesome. Yeah, this is my first GG1. So it was a decent, I think it was a birthday Christmas gift for like the next million years of my life because it cost a lot of money. Let's see. I'm reading through the comments here. Yeah, it's just like the post-war GG1. It's it's really just a copy of it. It actually has a dual motor. It has 2 pull-mores inside, and it has the resistors on it, so you can technically convert it to, if you wanted to, an electric railroad conversion. This engine to run with a command system, be very easy to do. This engine is very loud. It's kind of cranky. Hey Heath, I'll see you later. Thank you so much for stopping by. Sorry I didn't see your comment till now. But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. I'll see you hopefully on Friday for your guys' stream. Be so much fun. Yeah, Williams does make a full, I think they do make a full scale GG1 as well. That's the entire length of that. He actually has two of them. Okay. He has the red and the green. The red GG1 wiped out. taking taking models out by the trains. Yeah. So let's see. So down here I have that freight building, or it's like a, what do you call it? It's a trackside building, like an old switch tower. I was running my E8s, I think E7 or E8s around, like the long B&O E8s, and the train took it out and actually busted off the railing. So yes, the trains do some damage if you don't find the clearance and all that. Yeah, one of these days I'll have to get a Tuscan Red GG1. I would love that. Um, there's a couple different colors. Like it's very similar to this box car, right? I believe that's Tuscan Red on that box car, the Pennsylvania box car, right next to the Pensy caboose there. Yeah, it's not a problem. I'll check those out, Jamie. It's probably just uploading somehow. Our internet here is going to be a little weird because of the storm and everything. But this engine's new. This engine's not even that old. It's just grumpy. Oh yeah, Jamie, I just got the notification, so it's on the watch there. So thank you so much. I'll check those out soon. It went off the tracks and into the barn. Oh my god. Yeah, the engine I'm posting up a oh wait, they're still stuck on my end for some reason. I just got the notification saying that they're posted, so um yeah, I'll check it out as soon as I get off the stream here. But yeah, the so I'm actually starting for this is like the third time saying it, but anyone who's new here in the chat or whatnot or watching the stream, I'm posting a new series called Nick's Reviews. I'm going to review pieces of rolling stock, motive power on the layout, and all sorts of things. Actually, I do mention that in my first review of one of the engines that I reviewed. If the cars would detach, the engine's going to go flying. It's got this little AC motor in it that just wants to fly. It's a cranked little motor, and that is one problem I found with a lot of post-war stuff. They just want to move and fly around. Actually, some of my pre-war stuff too. Yeah, the GG one's all electronic. Or sorry, what are you saying? Electronic mail. Yeah, everything in here is basically if you took a post-war and put it next to it, you wouldn't be able to find the E unit. There's no E unit in here. It's just an electronic card to switch that. And also has a horn. I can actually see if I can get some let's see. Whoops, almost crashed into the Lionel made an MPC Reading T1 that's scale size and conventionally runs on 042, make multiple paint schemes. He's under 275. I think there's a guy up in Red Lion. Red Lion, I forgot what the name of his store. It's a private shop. It's his house. Awesome guy. I can't think of the name of his shop. I think it's called Red Lion Train Depot. His name's Jerry. He actually has a Reading T1 there. I called him last week to see what prices there were or what he had available. So I'm definitely going to check that out. If you guys think that's a cool engine, it's like an MPC for sure. I'll have to maybe check it out. Yeah, you're saying grab it fast, so I'll have to check that out as well. I should have filmed that, but just a few minutes before that happened, the scale train's rivet counter was actually involved in a crash on the HO layout. Holy crap. So it's technically still recovering. That's insane. Made a lot of noise. Yeah, I can't imagine. That sounds insane. One of my HO scale engines recently, my Markland fell off the layout because we have a cat that follows him around, jumping on and off. Yeah, I'm glad Gemma doesn't do that. She's very respectful. She will actually walk between our buildings, walk across the track. She's pretty cool. I mean, to be honest with you, it's my first she's my first cat, but it's been a decent experience. And she also loves Chessie. Every time I run the Chessie stuff, she's always laying in front of it when it stops. So it's kind of cool. Don't pay more than 280 for him. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely keep that in mind. Um I'm not sure if it's NPC or like very early 90s stuff, which might I think that's also still considered NPC era. Um a lot of the diesels I have are NPC. I don't think I have any steam engines that are NPC at all. Yeah, it sounds like a it sounds like a rough night. I shared a story, I think it was a couple streams ago about my Lionel pre-war 1688 flying off the track. Our dog at the time, he was a big yellow lab, and our train garden was much lower. This is my train garden. This one was built by myself, um, with moral support from Nikki as well. But my dad built a garden. I want to say the platform was only 3 feet off the ground or so, maybe 2 feet off the ground. It looked a lot larger. I was much younger then, and we were running a 1688, and the dog put his nose like right here, and it just went right off the table, shattered into 1,000 pieces. It's that old gunmetal. Um, it's what they call it, like gunmetal torpedo engines. So that was a rough night. Um, unfortunately, I mean, I didn't get yelled at or anything. My dad was just like, "What was that? What happened?" And I cried, and he's like, "It's fine. It's only a train. No one was hurt." So that was a very sad experience. It's right before the TMCC era. Does it have? I think there's some of those engines that have what rail sounds. What rail sounds one they would call it. I think rail sounds, or at least the start of that, is right when MTH was doing Proto Sound one. The only thing you need to watch out for is I don't know if it was lead paint or whatnot, but sometimes it can form spots in the paint. Yeah, I unfortunately deal with lead paint a lot. The industry I'm in the lead remediation industry. So I deal with the effects of seeing people affected by lead paint. So yeah, I don't want anything to do with if it's lead. I mean, I'm aware some of my post or pre and post war trains might have lead, but I handle them with care. I wash my hands and all that stuff too. But lead's still used in a lot of things. It's actually one of the most toxic metals ever mined and put into production, on top of mercury and all that other stuff, just because it's found everywhere, like paints and um, everything, like electronics, mostly paint. And what makes it so dangerous is that it's just found everywhere. Let's see, you were referring to Red Line Train Depot. Yes, I was. So yeah, I got that right. There is a train station in Red Line, Pennsylvania. It is an old Maryland and Pennsylvania Railroad train station, um, or also known as the MAPA Railroad, that ran from Baltimore. I think it stopped in York, Pennsylvania, and then would head over to. It had a spur that went out to Hanover that would connect between the Northern Central Railroad, the Western Maryland Railroad, and then the MAPA. They all kind of met, I believe, in York, and then there's some of it that met out in Hanover. So, and that it's very sad. That railroad is almost completely obliterated. It's hard to find any remnants of it other than biking paths and railroad paths and such like that. I would love to check it out. and maybe find some abandoned ruins or something like that on the railroad trails. Thank you so much. I'm going to check that out soon. It's going to be awesome to check all those out. But thank you so much. Um, yeah, I'd love some Lackawanna stuff on here. Get some local Pennsy road names or Pennsylvania road names on this train table here. Northbound train approaching King Siding. Now, do you guys like seeing the abandoned railroad videos that I post up and everything, or do you guys prefer like the live train stuff, like rail fanning? Just get your guys' opinion on that. Man, I love doing it all. I love going on adventures, hiking. You like them all. Okay, that's good. Unfortunately, like we talked about a little bit earlier, and it's so sad. Like all the museums are still closed. I want to get out there and explore um, a handful of museums. And actually, the railroad down the street from us will be running trains this weekend. So I don't know if I'll be down there getting footage, maybe of the train in the snow, if they still run the trains or not. But yeah, I definitely want to get over to Strasbourg when it warms up. And then also I have some amusement parks I'd love to film, maybe do some vlogging with Nikki and myself. Most likely like Knoebels, Kennywood, and possibly film some dark ride stuff. Just do adventure stuff, but mostly like historical parks, not like I'm not going to go to like Six Flags and walk around. I would like to do like a classic walkthrough of classic American parks. That's all. Jamie says, I enjoyed all. Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. I'll keep that in mind as well. Do you think the DNL OS going to run the plow? They might. 3 feet. Yeah, they should run a plow. That sounds pretty crazy. And you're 2 feet there? Oh my God. I'm afraid to walk outside now. You guys are scaring me. Even though I'm only like I'm probably 100 miles south of Jamie. It's gonna be crazy. Next to the tracks right now. Stacked the train rolling by a couple of feet from me. That is too cool. Are you filming that as well? Or Randall, are you Randall, are you filming that? That'd be awesome to see. Never seen a train snowplow. They have one at Strasbourg. It's just they plow. It's not a rotary, like a rotary plow like they have at Steamtown. There was a short line railroad out in somewhere out west that still runs like a rotary steam plow train. It is scary to look at. That thing is a monster, and it's all steam powered too. According to what I can find, the NPC stuff had some lead paint. As long as you, yeah, as long as you don't sand it off, making an aerosol, putting your yeah, lead's a tricky carcinogen. Also, lead oxidizes in contact with moisture. So even if you're not touching stuff, or if it's not clear coated or protected or sealed, it still sheds lead dust. It's insane how that works. 27 inches of snow. You're gonna have to tunnel. You're gonna have to make a tunnel to get around. Prefer the live stuff. Okay. Venture videos will be more parks, canals. Yeah. That's a good point, Ren. I'm sorry. Yeah, we filmed at Strasbourg at night. That ended up to be a cool little clip to the end of our Strasbourg video. We were surprised. It looked like a ghost. It was creepy. You could see the headlight of the steam engine, right? Number 90 was running. You could see the steam engine light. You could hear some chuffing. It looked like the engine was 2 or 3 miles away. And we're just standing there, and Nikki's like, "Why isn't it moving?" I'm like, "It is. The train is moving. It's just a anomaly you get." That's actually how I have a theory how people get hit by trains. It doesn't look like it's there when you're there. Um, it's kind of like an anomaly with distance and also lighting. So I thought it was very interesting. By the time you looked, the train was there, and we had footage of it. It was a cool little night capture. I'm seriously dreading the cleanup tomorrow. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't get up there to help you out, unless I had like a snowcat or something. When do you think the 3713 will be running? Which railroad is that on? I apologize for that. I drive Railcur Express van, so I'm actually waiting for a crew to bring a train in system, Wilford, Arkansas. That is awesome. Which railroad is that for, if you mind sharing? I'm assuming it sounds like a class one railroad. Steamtown, 37. Okay, let me look that up. Because we were there, I should know what that engine is. I mean, honestly, I don't think they're going to run any trains up at Steamtown until the federal government releases whatever they can for um, regulation wise. They can allow that to, because even the Rangers there were saying, not only are we under state regulation for COVID, they're under federal. And that's going to be a very long, dreadful process, I'm sure. So I'm hoping to see some trains run up there in the summertime. I'd love to see like something run. I'd love to be there to film it as well. Um, I'm hoping the summer. Okay, so that's the issue with the models. Some oxidize. Yeah. Yep. Paint over. Like clear coat it. That works too. You can do a chemical strip, but that's very toxic. There's all kinds of nasty gases that come off of there. Randall, BNSF, awesome. Yeah, I saw Burling, or I won't say the whole name. I saw BNSF out in Washington when I was there almost 5 or 6 years ago. I love your guys' color scheme. That the just that color scheme is just a popping color scheme. Also, Nikki's favorite railway is Santa Fe because I have an F3 back on the shelf from Lionel, and that is her favorite engine. It's not an original Lionel. It's right before they started putting the Bluetooth stuff and everything. So their train is close. I can hear them on the scanner. Yeah, I've always wanted to get one of those old rail scanners, pick up some radio stuff. If it's legal to do or listen in, maybe just a receiver, not a two-way radio. Lackawanna, have a good night. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see the stuff you sent. Keep in touch, man. It's gonna be awesome. I'm praying that we get some trains running up there soon. But thank you so much for being here and everything. Yeah, Nikki just wrote Santa Fe. Yeah, actually, I'll bring that over. Yeah, I'll move her back. There you go. Hey, Randall, this is right before they started doing the Bluetooth command stuff and playing around with a lot of electronics. This one's still only conventionally controlled. Here, I can start up. I just have to take the steam engine off of the track up here. Let's see. I gotta put the GG one back on the shelf. Yeah, this Santa Fe is a classic color scheme. So funny story with this engine. When Lion-O came out with this is called the let's see if I can get the camera to go lower. This is actually called the El Capitan or just like the Mac update is called El Capitan. And the paint, I think Lion-O got sued by Santa Fe because the paint was wrong. The red was too bright. And BNSF or Santa Fe at the time didn't like that. So they sent them a nice letter. They actually recalled these engines. I didn't return mine because I didn't know about the recall. So, oh well. The scanner is where I can actually communicate with the crews. May have to radio them here in a minute, see what the plan is. That's awesome. Yeah, I saw BNSF had, or not BNSF, it was Norfolk Southern had a couple derails in early January or early to mid January, and then one happened like a week ago out in West Virginia or something like that. It was pretty bad. But yeah, I love BNSF. I'd love to get some footage if I'm ever out west. Out here, unfortunately, we only have Norfolk Southern and CSX and Amtrak. But most of it's off of old B&O or Baltimore and Ohio railroads, Pennsylvania Railroad, and what's the other big one that was out here? Well, we had Western Maryland, but it is what it is. I've had the same engine, but it's early 2000s. Like them, not a big fan of the roof thing that runs the streamline look. Yeah, this. So, O-Gauge, check this out. Ready? So this is like it's like a covering. They didn't even finish painting it. Look at that. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this either, but I think it's to get to some of the potentiometers inside of here to control your volume and stuff like that. But yeah, these vents do kind of ruin the look. But we can start her up. I'll show you guys. At least play for you the sequence. It's pretty loud. Whoops. I'll run it around the track once or twice. Oops. Here we go. Yes, I'm aware the caboose is in the front of the train, but it is what it is. It's based off a real engine called the FT, basically a version of the F3. Yeah, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure if it's an F3 or F7. And Erie used them a lot. Now I have an Alco diesel of an Erie. It's actually a 2032, which is post-war. But check out the Erie FTs when you get a chance. Yeah, definitely will. Let's see. And unfortunately, this engine doesn't do the shutdown sequence. But my only complaint with this engine is that when you start it up, it instantly wants to go forward. So like you can see the handles over here. So it does a nice startup, and then all of a sudden it just wants to fly. That's my only complaint with this engine. Um, it just doesn't run as. It's just kind of weird. I think it would just be better if it stayed in neutral. Then you put it in gear. Got some videos that I took of BNSF west of at West Plains, Arkansas on my channel. I will definitely check that out. I'd love to see some trains over there running. There's actually another railfan channel in Florida that I forgot the dude's name. He does a ton of stuff following trains. He knows all the CSX code words and all of their radio coding and everything. He's got a receiver, and he actually went to a location. They had an Atlantic or a Florida East Coast train station there. He checked out. Pretty stout. Thanks so much. Take the wait. What's it say? I have a similar engine. You can take a 9-volt. That might be an MTH. But yeah, I love this startup sequence of this. It also does some like brake noises too, like that. If you guys could hear that. It's a neat little engine. There's also like some. I think there's crew figurines in here as well, which is pretty cool. But this came with a passenger set of 3 like streamlined passenger cars. They still ran the like almost like the Chief paint scheme all down the cars. All the doors open on the or sorry, all of the doors open on the cars. Like I said, this is Nikki's favorite engine in the collection. Might have a dead battery. Let's see. Yeah, because it is fizzling out like an MTH engine would do. So it might have the 9-volt in here. Well, I do see there's some type of what do you call it? I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to possibly take the shell off and see what's going on. It might have some type of resistor in there. I do see what is it? Some type of heat distributor in there off the circuit card. So I'm not sure if that's related to maybe converting the power for the sound effects and all that, or to keep them running. But this engine has never hasn't performed just like a Proto Sound 1 engine. It's been very similar to a Rail Sounds. It's a fancier Rail Sounds engine. So be way in the back. So you're saying back here where these vents are, or the exhaust? Well, I guess they're going to fit. They said they would be here. Yeah. Yeah, I used to work in construction. I had crews that would say, "Yeah, we'll be there at 6 a.m. Better be there. We're going to pour concrete, at 6 a.m." And I show up at 6, and they're like, Oh yeah, the trucks are late. We're gonna pour at 12. It's like, all right, I'm gonna be here for 6 hours watching them do nothing. I mean, that's I've done some night pours before. I had to watch a concrete pour once at man, I think it was like 5 in the morning. That was it was fun. So and I think it was for like a dog food factory. So really, I think the urgency was that it was going to be cold, but we had to wait for the crew to show up and the pump trucks and everything. So it was a good old time. Good night, Jamie. Thank you so much for being here. Um, let's see, digging tomorrow. You should take a video of it and show us on your channel. I'd love to see how much snow you have up there. It'd be really cool. You could do like a snow or put the camera on the shovel. Didn't even know mine could take a 9 volt until I look. It just took the shell off. Yeah, that's like a total copy of uh like the Proto Sound 1 stuff. Because my GP9 on the shelf back there, it's got that classic green MTH battery, and then my K4 um the Pennsy K4's got another battery that I had actually replaced recently because it completely died. And I've heard if you don't take these batteries out, these engines can blow up like from battery acid and all that stuff. We actually still have a few ex Santa Fe locomotives still running. Thayer's subdivision, pretty cool. Yeah, I love that paint scheme too. It used to say, well, it'd be like an all silver engine, and then Santa Fe would be in red. Not sure what. I'm pretty bad with some of the engine names. I'm learning. It's actually one of my New Year's resolutions to get to know a lot of different style engines from like Alco and GM and GE. Even though some guys don't like a lot of the GE engines, from what I've heard, I had a friend that worked on CSX. He was a career CSX operator. I think he became a senior conductor for CSX for the Baltimore region, and they shipped him all over the country working for CSX. And he hated GE engines. He preferred GM. And when he took his engineering courses through CSX, they also taught him how to operate a steam engine. So that's how far back he went. I think it was his first job right out of high school. Yes, a shovel cam. Yes, if GoPro has a mount for that, the GoPro shovel mount, be trademarked by Nick's Crossing. Well, the BNSF dispatcher wasn't sure the train would fit here at King, which is why they were telling me. Oh, geez. Yeah, I've been reading a lot of stuff and seeing a lot of stuff on precision schedule railroading. I'm sure you guys are dealing with that. A great example is I filmed a video back in July. I recently posted it on the YouTube. It's before I started the YouTube channel. And they had a 206 car train powered by two GE dash engines. And everyone in the comments said, that is such a long engine to be powered by just two engines. They only had 1 liter engine and then one center engine in the center. I'm not exactly sure what that would be called. They didn't have any pushing engines, just 1 liter and then one center. I'm still to this day kind of baffled, but I have a feeling it's something to do with like precision scheduling, which apparently is a hot topic right now in the railroad community. All right, guys, I'm actually going to sign off for the night. It's almost, what time is it? It's almost 11 o'clock. So I have to get off the stream here and I actually have some stuff to do for tomorrow to get ready to shovel, just like Jamie was doing. See, that was Super Fleet Scheme. Santa Fe is in the big red letters. Yeah, I'll have to look into that as well. I know Amtrak had a bunch of different paint schemes as well throughout the years that were slowly disappearing into the like Acela or the all blue scheme. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for tonight's stream. Thank you all for being here. It's been an awesome time talking about trains. I love hearing from all of you and seeing some trains run around. Also, look out for the review series. I have some adventure videos planned coming up. I'm going to do some rail fanning. Whenever the snow melts, I'm going to get out there and film some local trains, most likely NS and Amtrak stuff, because I haven't seen a whole lot of that. But I'll see you guys later. I'll see you later, Randall and O-Gage. And who else is here? See if I can see anyone who else is here. Henry, I'll see you later. And I think that's it. And Nikki, I'll see you in a few minutes. Good night, everyone. Please be safe. And I know the weather is not so delightful, so please be careful out there. Thank you, O-Gage. I'll see you guys later. Have a great night. Thank you so much.